on, ladies and gentlemen? This is another episode of Dial Star Creations coming at you from Queens, New York. The review of this specific action figure, it's probably late from the launch, but it's a new action figure to me because I'm working within my budget. Although I did wish I had a budget to be purchasing and posting videos 2-3 times a week, but I don't. So here we go with Mr. Bob Ross. That is a recognizable face if you ever had one. According to the packaging here, Bob Ross and the Joy of Painting. Bob Ross is an American icon whose life and work continue to touch millions of fans across the globe. You've seen him before. He's the soft-spoken guy painting happy clouds, mountains, and trees in about 26 television minutes. That's taking away the commercials. Using big housekeeping type brushes. His The Joy of Painting show is the most recognized, most watched TV art program in history. So, Mr. Bob Ross, icon, recognizable from beginning to end. And I'm pretty sure that as soon as anyone that got this, actually, it's also from Neca. This is the box, the packaging. His palette. It comes with, give you a, and there goes Mr. Ross right there. It's a pretty awesome sculpt. And I'm pretty sure that as soon as anyone that owns this action figure did what I'm about to do right now, which is their own personal impersonation of Mr. Ross. So before we do anything, what I'm going to do is, it came with a fan brush. That's the fan brush right there. If anybody is unfamiliar with it or hasn't necessarily watched Bob Ross's show, that's what an actual fan brush looks like. The plastic behind it is, because this is an actual brand new. I bought it a couple of weeks ago at Michael's. This is brand new, so that plastic is sort of bristles. And the brush hairs, that's synthetic. The brush hairs won't become undone and floppy and whatever. I couldn't find my spatula, but the spatula that comes with is pretty accurate. I mean, like, this is legit. His ever-present wash bucket is just filled with some type of, not necessarily resin, but it feels like acrylic or something in there. It's clear, it's dirty. You know, that's his wash bucket. The brush he uses is bigger, but this is natural hair, 4-inch? Yes, so right there, 4-inch paintbrush. He uses a much bigger paintbrush. I'm gonna zoom into the camera. There you go. And that's his palette. And here goes the impersonation. Welcome, friends. Here on my palette we have a little bit of titanium white, a little bit of cobalt blue, yellow ochre, burnt umber, forest green, and a little bit of raw umber, just to give a little bit of highlights to my friends. And we're gonna use the big brush just up here to give a little detail to the edges of the happy clouds that are floating up here, because that's what's awesome about every painting, every person. It's individual. That's what makes it fun. Bob was a mellow cat. And as you can see, it comes with this easel as well. This, mistakenly, if you're purchasing it and popping it fresh, you're gonna think this goes front and back. I did. It goes sideways. This does not come off. This is it folds down. I'm not sure. Well, I'm pretty sure, because I don't know that they would give any other. This is the box, the inside of the box art, the packaging itself. But yeah, the articulation is pretty on point. You know, Bob Ross is not an action per se figure. The least he actually possessed of was any action. He stood there, he painted, he was mellow, and that was Bob Ross. That's why everybody loved him. And you have his jeans, everything cloth. Oops, dropped the brush. The ankle pivot is pretty decent. He just standing for the most part in place. Again, it's not like we're purchasing Spider-Man or Punisher or anybody else. That sculpt. The fro is clean. The beard is on point. The expression is legit. Maybe the shirt collar could come down just a little bit because he was a little bit more. See how on the box he has it more. But you know what? It's cloth. It's on a 6-inch action figure. You can't ask for too much more than that. Oh, this is actual paintbrush he had in his hand. Comes with the blue paint. The blue paint, we're painting the nice happy sky with the happy clouds just floating everywhere. And the trees that's a good place for my little friends. You know, the squirrels and the critters and all that. Bob was cool, man. That's my review. Awesome action figure. If you haven't got it, get it before they sell out. Search for it, hunt for it. It's at GameStop. I pre-ordered it. Very nice price. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.